Yeah, it was it was a scary moment. He was evaluated for concussion, and he's in the concussion protocol. He was at the hospital. I believe he's about to get discharged. Um, it was yeah, that was an emotional moment. That is not part of the deal that anyone signs up for, even though you know it's a possibility in football to have something that you have to get taken off on a stretcher. Is all of his teammates, myself, we were all very very concerned. So the best news that we could get is that everything is checked out. That he didn't have anything more serious than a concussion. He'll be flying back with us here on the plane. Yeah, no. For me, yeah, I think a lot of people struggled. I know me personally. That's if I didn't have a job to do for the organization and the rest of the players, and I didn't have that I don't know, obligation in my mind, yeah, I would have tapped it. It's not something that is comfortable for anybody, and it was it was not a situation that you want for any of your players or your team in general. It's some scary stuff. I'm just glad that it worked out. The message was that if if Tua had his way, that he'd be standing here watching us play, and that we need to put forth an effort for him to because one of our teammates and our brothers has gone down. So that was beyond what everyone else was trying to do. They had expectations to come in and play pretty well, and they didn't. So tried to refocus them as best I could with that message. Yeah, otherwise we would have reported him having a head injury. I mean, that's why the NFL has these protocols, and there's not, like every single NFL game that is played, there's an independent specialist that specializes in the specialty of brain matter. So, yeah, for me, as long as I'm coaching here, if there's I'm not gonna fudge that whole situation. If there's any sort of inclination that someone has a concussion, they go into the concussion protocol, and it's very strict. Without yeah, people don't vary or stray. We don't mess with that. Never have, and as long as I'm the head coach, that will never be an issue that you guys have to worry about. Yeah, no, I saw him. I saw him lay down. I saw that it looked like he had the some stressors going on with the impact of the hit. And then once I got out to the field, I knew right away that this was at least a concussion. What I was worried about was other things. On top of that, obviously I was very worried about his head, but you're wanting to make sure that all things with relation to the spine and back and all that stuff, you want to make sure that's okay. But it was very clear to me from the onset that he had I didn't really know the degree of, but I knew he had a concussion. He was asking for me, and then when he saw me, I could just tell there was it wasn't the same guy that I'm used to seeing. So absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I would have, that would be irresponsible in the first place, and I shouldn't be in this position. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that an injury from last week made him fall the same way this week. But yeah, I do not have any, like, absolutely zero patience for or will ever put a player in a position for them to be in harm's way. That is, like, not what I'm about at all, and no outcome of a game would ever influence me being irresponsible as the head coach of the football team. I did notice some guys around that were pretty worried about it. I tell you this much: if you guys, or if people were ever curious or questioning if Tua is the leader of the team, I think you found out pretty quick. It was a gut punch to a lot of people, and I'm just very, very happy that he's, like I said, that he's, you know, that it wasn't anything more. I'm very happy with that, and I just want to get him healthy and right for himself and for the football team, whenever that is.
Initially, man, it's complete silence, because our first concern is Tua. At the end of the day, man, football, it's a game, but we're human beings, outside of this game, and we all have feelings. So in that moment, I think you saw how everyone felt about Tua. He's, the captain on his team and a leader, and guys have so much respect for him. So, the silence, man, was, just guys showing their concern. It was just great to see, our team doctors doing a great job of handling the situation, the trainers, everyone, and just responding. It can be tough, and this game alone is tough. And then when the things that occur throughout the course of the game that happens, especially something like that tonight, it can either put you on eggshells, or you can just be mentally stable and be able to just, hey, I just got a job to do. And that was my mindset tonight. Like I said, at first, it's like, man, but I knew that there were a ton of men on that sideline who were depending on me to go out there and compete. So, yeah. No, I didn't, man. And I saw him down there, and I just started throwing the football with Mike Gesicki, and was just processing everything, because I knew, like I said, at the end of the day, no matter what, I had to go out there and compete. No matter what was going through my mind, no matter how I was feeling, I just had to go out there and compete. And it was good just being back out there.